Good morning. Let's dive into the quote today. When you ask, it is given every single time, no exceptions. You are beloved, blessed beings who deserve good things, but it takes a self-convincing before you will allow good things. So, Abraham Hicks talks about how as soon as we want something, it is manifested. But what she actually is talking about is that it is manifested in a vibrational form. Oh, how frustrating is that? You want something it's manifested in a vibrational form. What bad news, right? Because I don't need money, I don't need a relationship, I don't need a fun adventure in a vibrational form. I need it here with me in reality. So if this quote was going on, it would then continue to talk about how you get your stuff out of energy and into reality. And that process begins with energy. So when we want something, that wanting is in an emotion, right? And then the creation of that is also in a vibration. And so the more and more we practice holding onto the energetic form of it, which is the feeling we would have if we got it, then we start letting the universe slowly put together everything for it to come through actuality. So I'm going to go over this. This is a really important point, right? Because when we want something, it's usually stemming from lack. And if we don't have something that we want right now, the only difference is the thing that we want has an energy that does not match our current energy, because our current energy matches the lack of it. So how do we move our energy from the lack of something to having? So we basically, I recommend getting out a pen and paper for this and write down, what is it that you want? Whatever it is, a new car, a sense of belonging, a community, friends, a partner, a nice job, money, vacation, a healthy feeling body, losing weight, feeling sexy, right? Write these things down, because these things are not energy. These things are not emotions. So then next to those things, write down, how would you feel if you got this? How would you feel if you were trim and sexy walking down the street with some swagger? Like, what would that feel like? That would feel amazing. That would feel like, oh, I got it. That would feel like momentum. That would feel like, oh, this is so nice. This is what I really liked, right? So do your best then to imagine what it would feel like if you got the thing. Okay, this is the emotion you would feel. And if we're talking right now, this feeling is conditional, because you're saying, I would like my goal, so then I can feel like this. So there's an assumption that if you get your goal, you will then feel like this. So how we actually move energies, though, is imagining, defining, what is it that I really want? Because what you really want is the feeling associated with the goal. So what is that feeling? What emotions? How would you be like? And even if you can't find words, like, feel it, imagine it. And as you put yourself in the imagining of what it would feel like, and you're enjoying that process, that is the process to move your energy from not having to having. And the more you can do that, so it outweighs your old lack energy, the more you will see things around you start happening that are going to support the actual physical manifestation of that. So let me check this quote to see if there's anything I'm missing. Yeah, so she's saying it's taking a good self-convincing before you can allow it, right? And so that self-convincing is the process of moving your energy. Because if you're sitting here being like, oh man, that would be awesome, I'd be proud, I would just be settled, I'd feel good, I'd feel like, oh, freedom, I can breathe, it would be so nice. It would be nice to just sit there and enjoy myself, right? So talking yourself into these good feelings is that self-convincing. So we've got to really know what we want, but know what we really want, which is the feeling associated with that, and then practice moving in that energetic direction before we get the thing, because that's the only way to actually get the thing. And the self-convincing part is convincing yourself that this is the process and that you can experience those emotions right now by imagining them or by remembering them. Either one works. So this is a little advanced. If you have any questions, throw them down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you can join my free meetup with the link in the About section, and I will see you around. Bye.